Everyone has an imagination.
Okay guys, this is ATRP. I just got Disney Infinity 3.0 today, and this video is going to be my first impressions on the game. I haven't jumped into any playsets yet. Only played through the this intro, which is going to ultimately, after this, it's going to lead us right into the Toy Box Hub, which is like the Toy Box launch from 2.0, basically. But much larger. And I'm not going to go through all of it because it's hours and hours and hours of stuff. To be honest, to get through all the Toy Box launch, it'd probably take around maybe two hours, 2.5 hours maybe. I'd say probably about 2 hours, because I've only gotten through about half of it. But so far, I'm loving the game. So far, I like it more than 2.0 just from the Toy Box launch. The Toy Box launch is a lot better. There are a few things about the game that I don't like, but first we're going to talk about this intro. In this intro, you're playing as Anakin, obviously, Anakin Skywalker. You go through, you bash on some droids, break boxes, pick up sparks, and honestly, my opinion on the Anakin Skywalker in this game is I think he looks stupid. I like that they used his voice actor from the Clone Wars for his voice, but I think his face looks stupid. It looks so stupid. It doesn't even look like Anakin. I did think that this Force Pull ability was really cool that they gave Anakin. It sort of makes up for the fact that he can't fly, that this game doesn't... That 3.0 isn't going to have as many characters that can fly like the Marvel Superheroes version did in 2.0. I got the Sagas bundle, so I'll be doing gameplay of both playsets, Twilight of the Republic and Rise Against the Empire. So I'll be looking for both of those. Yeah, basically this whole intro is like you're chasing this probe droid, and if you know anything about Star Wars, you know exactly who it's going to lead to. They've already said it's going to be a Sith. So you chase this probe droid, and ultimately you get on a bunch of elevators, you knock some stuff over, you kill some battle droids, and ultimately it leads you straight to a ship. And off the ship comes walking Darth Maul. He ignites his lightsaber, and then we cut into the next part of the intro. Now the next part is it has a little bit less gameplay, but it introduces you to the flying a bit more. It introduces you to flying because you're in the Millennium Falcon. You're playing, I guess, as Han, and since he's piloting the Falcon, zooming through space, shooting down TIE fighters, with Leia, Chewbacca, and C-3PO on board. I don't care for the way Chewbacca looks in the game either. I like the way all the other characters look except for Anakin and Chewbacca. Anakin mostly. Chewbacca just looks a little odd. But Anakin, his face just looks downright stupid. At times he kind of looks Asian, but you know, it is what it is. Beggars can't be choosers. But yeah, I'm not that good at flying in video games, so it's going to take a while to get used to the controls. In this game, as it does for me, any game when I get it and there's flying involved, like I got Grand Theft Auto 5 and I just couldn't hack it. It was when it came to flying the helicopter, I was all over the freaking place, and the planes were even more difficult for me. I don't know why, I just can't fly anything, but you end up zooming through. Luke shows up, blasts a TIE fighter for you. You're going to end up turning this corner around this asteroid, and then boom, Death Star. Death Star right in your face with a Star Destroyer and a ton of TIE fighters flying around, blasting you. Some clever quotes from the original trilogy on Han's part. But the intro is very, very similar to, I guess, like that treasure hunt deal from 2.0. The intro takes you through Star Wars, takes you through the prequels, the original trilogy. At the end, it jumps you into this Inside Out stuff, where you play as Joy, and you go hopping on these little musical platforms, popping balloons and crap. She pops the balloons, and once she gets so far, it all lights up, and then a bunch of flowers pop up, and you're going to have to jump on the flowers and pop balloons all the way up to get this little yellow orb type thing. So she jumps on all the flowers, you get to the top, you pop balloons that give you like a spark each, so it's not like they're really worth anything. I tried to make sure I popped all the balloons, but once you get to the top, you get the little yellow orb, and you get a little cutscene with joy and anger, which I haven't seen Inside Out. I should probably check it out. Looks like it might be a decent little movie. Something I might like to see in Kingdom Hearts. Hint, hint. I like anger. He seems like my kind of guy. But after this, it takes you into some driving with Mickey and Minnie. And now, I really enjoyed this because I like classic, original Disney stuff. You know, the Star Wars stuff is great. The Marvel stuff is great. The Pixar stuff is also great. But just Disney originals is what I'm all about. And it was ultimately why I got into Disney Infinity. I skipped the first game, ironically enough, because I just heard it had so many problems, and it didn't have a whole lot of characters I was interested in. It had Jack Skellington and some Toy Story stuff and some stuff that I liked, but it just didn't have everything that I was looking for in a Disney game. And then 2.0 comes out, and I held off for a while, but I got into Amiibos, and once I got into Amiibos, I was like, you know what, I'll give Disney Infinity a try. I like Disney, and I like Marvel, so I got 2.0. Fell in love with it. I loved it. I love Marvel superheroes. I'm not a big comic book fan, but I love the cinematic universe. So I figured, you know, this would be a lot of fun, and it was. And I loved the Disney originals that came out along with it. I got the Donald Duck figure first, along with Stitch, because Donald Duck is my absolute favorite Disney character. And then when 3.0 was announced and it was going to be Star Wars, I was all over that, because aside from Kingdom Hearts, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I love it. From the prequels to the Clone Wars to, I haven't actually seen Rebels yet, all the way to the original trilogy and these new movies coming out. I love Star Wars. Love everything about it, even the books. If it's canon, I love it. No matter what you say about the prequels, no matter what you say, you can't get me to not like it. And then after all that, then it takes you into the toy box launch. Tells you to place a figure onto the platform, and I used Mickey because I was like, well, I'm going to get to experience the Star Wars characters when I pop on the play sets. So let's play around with this little Mickey figure that I got. So I put Mickey on the portal, and then it took us into the toy box launch, the toy box hub, where everything's sort of whited out, but you can kind of see the environments, what they're going to be like. And there's so much to do, and it's going to teach you so much about the game. It's much more intuitive than the original. Well, I say the original, 2.0, because that was the first one I played. Much more intuitive than 2.0's launch for the toy box. And it teaches you so much better. You know, it doesn't feel... 2.0 felt kind of, I don't know, it felt unengaging. This has so much more to do. The environments are, I like how they're all in the center in a circle. And so are the environments. And the environments are so diverse. You know, and there's so many more. You know, in 2.0, you got what? Agrabah, city, the little plaza where everything was in the middle, a tree house, and something past that. And then you had the racetrack, and you go into a house on the tree house where you went to your interior. And that was really about it. This, you got what? Halloween Town, you got Mos Eisley, you got like a little town, and among other things in the hub. And it's just all over better than 2.0. The one thing I will say about this game that is not better than 2.0 is the menu system for your skill tree and buying stuff. I don't like it. I do not like it. Do not like it at all. The buying stuff seems more like a list this time rather than a tree, and I missed the tree. It was easy to navigate. You kind of got a overall view of everything there was. And the skill tree this time is on different tabs. I don't like that. I missed it when it was all one big tree, but now they have different sections. And I don't like that. But that's really the only thing I can find wrong with 3.0 at this moment. The gameplay seems good. The jumping and the running is still kind of slow. Feels a little clunky, but the combat seems solid. Combat seems just a little bit more fluent. The driving feels a lot better. That's for sure. The driving was kind of unpredictable in 2.0. This time you feel like you're more in control. I would say it's a definite improvement over 2.0. The game looks good. The game feels good. It's already a lot of fun, and I haven't even gotten onto the play sets yet. So I would definitely suggest going out and picking it up if you haven't already. It's a ton of fun. Like, favorite, share, subscribe, comment. Stay tuned to the channel. I'm going to be doing some Star Wars play sets, some gameplay for Star Wars play sets with post-game commentary added to them. Eventually, I may do some boss battle videos along with the rest of my game battle videos that are on my channel from the Infinity games, such as 2.0 and 3.0, and eventually I'll go out and I'll get 1.0 just so I can play the play sets. I also got this Toy Box Takeover disc. Stay tuned for more Disney Infinity 3.0 content. Like I said, like, favorite, share, subscribe, and comment your thoughts on Disney Infinity 3.0, what you'd like to see me do with it. If you would like to see more in Infinity. If you'd like to see more Infinity gameplay on the channel. And as always, keep up the support, guys.